You're alright there, folks. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you. It always is. How did we get on? We got him again, didn't we? We got him again. Thomas Mahatch, Nuno Bois on the money line. Dead easy. Never in doubt with that one. Nuno Bois did make us sweat for it a little bit, but doesn't matter. All that matters is we got the win. 3-3 on the parlays for the US Open. Considering we had a bit of a snide start for that first round, I think we've pulled ourselves back, definitely clawed our way back into this. No chance this tournament's going to get the better of me. You can't take it day by day, can you? You've got to hang in there, and I appreciate everyone who has hung in there as well. I had a couple of people giving me shit because I lost one or two at the start, but nowhere to be seen for the wins. So if you're going to give me shit for the losses, at least give me some credit for the wins. Round of 16. Yeah, it's the round of 16. So 4 games, not a lot to talk about. 4 decent ones as well. We'll see what we can get. Before we get into them, like the video if you would, subscribe if you're already not, and dead quick as well, if you want to support the channel, send a little tip my way for the wins. You don't have to, like, you really don't, but just on the off chance that you do and you're feeling generous, links in the description, pin comments, you can do just that. Once again, you really don't have to. Right then, where do we start? We'll start from the top, innit? Where do we start? Only got 4 games. Right, first one, we've got Andrei Rublev, Grigor Dimitrov. What a game this is going to be. Usually is a good game anyway. I imagine this will be a cracker. Head-to-heads 4-3 to Rublev, 1.8 on the decimal. Oh, what's happened there? 1.8 on the decimal. 18-5 on the hard this year for Dimitrov, 24-8 for Rublev. Yeah, like I said, played each other a lot. 7 times to be precise. This will be the 8th. This is tricky, this, isn't it? This is quite tricky to start off. You know, Dimitrov's been fantastic. As we all know, Dimitrov's one of my favourite players. I hate betting against them. Usually when it comes the time to bet against them, I just don't bet it at all. Hasn't dropped a set yet. Hasn't faced that great competition, to be honest with you. Kirian Jaquet, straight sets. Played dinky in the second round, done him. And then he beat Griekspoor in straight sets as well, but, you know, it's Griekspoor, innit? Andrei Rublev, yeah, I think he's looked better, you know. I take that with a pinch of salt, you know. Sabo filled straight sets. He came back and beat Artur Indinec, didn't he? And then absolutely walloped Yuri Lehechka in straight sets as well. He's been playing good, you know. He's been playing good. Like, have we all snapped out of the mindset of Rublev's just still playing shit because he's really not? You know, he's won 8 of his last 10. He's only been beat by Alexei Popyrin and Yannick Sinner. So, you know, both of them won them titles as well in the Masters. Can't complain with that. Grigor Dimitrov, we already mentioned, you know, he was quite shit leading up to this. All right, he got beat by Popyrin, but then he got beat by Fabian Madison, didn't he? Yeah, it just doesn't really mean much. Like, he's won 3 since that. It's just all we can go off. Is it all we can go off? No, look, one thing I've learned from being a Dimitrov fan is this is usually the point in the Grand Slam where we just bet against them. Especially in this US Open, like, he hasn't been this far, like, very often. Like, very rarely gets this far, once or twice, maybe. Handful of times in his career. You've got to admit that Rublev is a lot more trustworthy in this spot, in the slams anyway. Hard court, the way he's playing, you're getting him at 1.8. I'm so tempted to take Andrei Rublev today. I know I hate going against Dimitrov, I do. I just think, look, playing it safe, you probably could just take the over 3.5 sets. I think if Dimitrov's, he'll have to come out hot. He needs to get after him early. He can probably take a set. I'm just worried if he takes the first 2, then he'll probably take the third. I can't see it getting that far. I think Rublev will have just about enough to be able to deal with him here. I really do. Especially the later this, the longer this match goes, you've got to fancy Rublev in this one. You've got to. I hate myself for saying it as well. I really do, but I fancy continuing this little winning streak, go for 3 in a row. If I was picking a side on this, it would have to be Andrei Rublev. It'd have to be. Like I said, Dimitrov's good enough to just keep him at bay for a while, I think, but best of 5, US Open, Grand Slam, this point in the tournament. It's got to be Rublev or not. It's got to be. Let me know what you think in the comments. Game number 2, Casper Ruud and Taylor Fritz. Taylor Fritz, well, not a massive favourite, but quite a big favourite in this one. 1.35, is that? Oh, it depends. 1.35, 1.4. We'll call it 1.35. And Casper Ruud, 3.1. That's nuts. Is it nuts? It seems nuts. Heads 2-0 to Casper Ruud. 21-8 on the hard this year. Taylor Fritz 15-7. I thought, look, fair play to Ruud for getting us through the other day and winning us that bet, but I was quite certain he was done against Shang. You know, I was. I thought Shang was just going to do him. Fair play that he'd come back. Taylor Fritz hasn't dropped a set. He's looked fantastic. Taylor Fritz has looked so good in the US Open, man. What do you want me to say about this? Like I said, we get to this point in the tournament, there's not much to say because we've watched them all week, haven't we? And Taylor Fritz tends to, I don't know, he tends to not do as good as what I expect them to do in these Grand Slams. And we're definitely at that point now, aren't we, where it's like, if Taylor Fritz was to lose this, you'd probably go, oh, look, fair play. But just based on the level we've seen Taylor Fritz play at in his previous games, I would fancy him to win this one. Look, Ugo Carabelli and Commissania, he's probably smoking them in straight sets in his fucking sleep, innit? But he beat Matteo Berrettini in straight sets. That's the one. That's the one that's standing out to me. You know, Berrettini, he probably would have fucking... Well, I don't know if he would or not, but Berrettini and Ruud would have been an absolute cracker. Ruud beat Boo, dropped a set to Monfils, dropped 2 to fucking Shang. I can't help but think that if Ruud was playing Fritz the other day and it went the way it did in them first 2 sets, you're not pulling that back. You're not pulling that back at all, mate. Taylor Fritz wins that game 10 times out of 10. Look, Casper Ruud did beat him at the French Open earlier on the year, but it was on the clay and we probably expect him to win that. The odds were probably fucking flip reversed in that spot anyway. Perfect revenge spot for Taylor Fritz here. 1.3 on the decimal. It's more of a parlay piece. He hasn't dropped a set. Can I see him just doing Casper Ruud in straight sets? I don't know, you know. I'm not so certain of that. I'm not so sure. I'd take Taylor Fritz to win if I was picking a side, but over 3.5, you'd get much better odds for that. I'm not so sure. It's got to be Fritz, right? Those in the States, it's got to be Fritz, right? I mean, I don't like what I say the same thing about Ruud every time. He seems to struggle against, like, just, I don't know, anyone who seems to have the strength advantage on him. Pretty much anyone. I'm not saying he loses to them all the time, but they do always make him struggle. Taylor Fritz has been shit off this tournament, so like he hasn't faltered one bit. Casper Ruud has been shaky. He has been shaky. Yeah, it's going to be Taylor Fritz for me, but you know, it's got to be Taylor Fritz. He's a lot more trustworthy. Home crowd, excuse me, home advantage, all that shite. Give me Taylor Fritz in that. Game number 3. This is an interesting one. We've got Binak and Zverev. Fucking Binak smoked Musetti the other night, didn't he? We knew he would. So, getting 4.2 on the decimal for Binak here, 1.25 for Zverev. These have played each other twice. Obviously, head-to-head's going to be 2-0 to Zverev. Haven't played each other in 2 years, so The Beanach that we've had this summer Beanach has been fucking shit hot, Danny. Unbelievable. I've never seen him play like this before. Fantastic against Musetti, fantastic against Cazot, fantastic against Holger Rune's only dropped one set all tournament. Zverev's dropped two. He dropped that one to Max Martira, which he just shouldn't have. He dropped one to Echeverry. He was on the back foot to Echeverry as well for a set and a half. Ended up beating Alexander Muller in straight sets. That was always going to happen. What do we do here? Hey, what do we... Look, for those that watched it, I can't remember what it was. We definitely spoke about it on that live stream, but I may have mentioned it before. Who remembers me saying Zverev could win this slam? Like, it was a hot take at the time. I had no idea. Like, Alcaraz and Djokovic were just going to shit the bed the way they did, but it still stands. Zverev has got just as good of a chance as anybody to win this slam now. As anybody. Like, who's left in it now? You've got Sinner, Zverev, Rublev. Like, who else am I missing? It's got to be them to them, isn't it? Right? We've got Yannick Sinner, Dimitrov, Medvedev, okay, Zverev, Taylor Fritz. We said it as sort of like a light joke, didn't we? But a bit of a serious joke. But could Zverev actually be on for his first Grand Slam? I don't know, because recently we touched on Medvedev as well. He is definitely flew under the radar. I say flew under the radar. We all know how good he is on the hard court, but no one spoke about him at all. Like, literally no one's mentioned him whatsoever. It's getting closer and closer to final time, and I wouldn't be too shocked to see him in it. I really wouldn't. Would I? I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Forget about it. Zverev, Beanach. I think Zverev does this one, you know. I really do. There's no shame for Nakashima if he gets sent home by Zverev in the round of 16. No shame whatsoever. He's been fantastic. I imagine a lot of us are probably a little bit surprised to still see him here. Not shocked. I'm just like, okay. Didn't think he'd get this far. I don't see what Nakashima does better than Zverev. You know what I mean? And that's not putting him down. Like, you're not putting anyone down by saying Zverev's better than you. Like, Nakashima's just been unplayable, though. He's proved to be quite rather unplayable. That Zverev game against Echeverry, look, I know he got it done, and he's probably going to get this one done, but you're going to have to be on your... I feel stupid saying Zverev's going to have to be on his game against Beanach. Look, we all seen what Rublev done to Beanach not that long ago on multiple occasions. I feel like this is just a little bit of a step up in competition, innit? Just a little bit of a step up where we could say, you know what, this probably a little bit too much for you. Best of 5. Zverev dropped one to Max Martira. If you think he's going to take a drop onto Beanach, I would not call you crazy. As a matter of fact, I think that's a very sound bet. It's a very reasonable bet as well, but it's fucking Zverev, innit, man? It's Zverev. Actually, you know what? Beanach to take a set. Look, home court advantage here. It's okay to dream every once in a while, innit? Imagine if he gets this done. It'd be fucking great if he wins this. Like, I am not against Beanach winning this whatsoever. I just think Zverev can just up his game when need be. We see him do it time and time again. I could not be betting against Alexander Zverev here against Brandon Nakashima. I couldn't. Nakashima's been fantastic. Not against them whatsoever. I think it's Zverev's all day. Whether it's in 3, 4 or a close 5, I do think he just gets the edge on this one. I really do. Zverev or nothing. And the last one's Big Foe and Popyrin. Big Foe and Popyrin, hey. What are we doing here? Everyone, all the Yanks love Big Foe, don't they? They all love betting Big Foe. Fair play to Tiafoe as well. I didn't think he'd be Ben Shelton, but you know, we had a couple of people in the comments that they had a feeling he would. These played each other before? I don't think they have. No, these haven't played each other before. Tiafoe's beat Ben Shelton. He got that. Shevchenko retired against them, and then Kovacevic. Apart from Ben Shelton, not the best competition. Pretty much same for Popyrin. He had a cakewalk up until that Djokovic game. Played Kwon, played Pedro Martinez. Fucking, yeah. What a lad this kid is, you know what I mean? I was buzzing that he beat Djokovic. Couldn't believe it. Didn't think it was going to happen. We did mention the spread, didn't we? I did say it was like 6.5, was it? 6.5, 7. It was one of them. I did mention. I didn't take it, but I vividly remember saying he definitely covers a number like that. Wish I'd have taken that. Wish I'd have took him on the money line. Hindsight's always 20/20, but I doubt anybody took Popyrin on the money line there. You're going to beat Djokovic, you're going to beat Tiafoe. I don't give a fuck if it's in the States. It really is as simple as that. It should be. It should be just as cut and dry as that. Popyrin just beat Djokovic in the US Open 3-1. You are going to beat Francis Tiafoe. Like, what else could they be? What other fucking narrative could come into play? Yeah, it's Tiafoe's home tournament, so it doesn't matter. Like, surely if you beat Djokovic, you're going to beat Tiafoe. I'm not fucking crazy for thinking that. I'm not. That's just the way it is. I mean, the only thing I will say, touching on that, Djokovic, along with pretty much everyone else, well, I say everyone else, along with a very big group of big favourites leading up to this point in the tournament, have just looked like they don't care. And this isn't me saying Djokovic didn't care. Popyrin just smoked them fair and square. Hands down, just beat him. Like, what's everyone going to say now? Oh, Djokovic was fatigued. You know, Djokovic was tired. No, I can't wait to hear all the excuses on Twitter for that one. Yeah, look, is it just me, or like Tiafoe can't return for shit? Like, is it just me, or I don't know? I feel like we just solely rely on people making mistakes, and the way Alexei Popyrin's been playing lately, not even just in this US Masters, just the past couple of weeks, he's a guy who's making fucking barely any mistakes. Like, he's just not blinking. He's lost one game in his last 10, and that was that one to Monfils after Canada, and he just didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there at all. Same pretty much goes for Tiafoe. He's only lost two of his last 10. One to Jannik Sinner in Cincinnati, that was the final. And then he got beaten in the first round in Canada by Tabilo. Apart from that, solid wins: Davidovich, Fokina, Musetti, Lehechka, Hubie, Rune, and then the three in the US Open leading us to this point. Split right down the middle here, folks. Split right down the middle. You've got to go with Popyrin. If Alexei Popyrin's just beat Djokovic and then he gets beat by Francis Tiafoe because of the crowd or fucking whatever it's going to be. Big Fo loves playing for the crowd and all that shit, because he does. But if that makes that much of a difference to the point where he beats one of the most informed players on the tour at the moment. Fucking hell. Where did that come from? We could say the same for Tiafoe, couldn't we? He's definitely one of the most informed players at the tour at the moment. I just think Popyrin's slightly more informed, and the deciding factor for me in this is whoever's just beat Djokovic in the last game's probably going to win this one. So, with that being said, I'm going to have to go with Alexei Popyrin, folks. End of. Right, that's all of them. I will do a video for the other four later on tonight. I'll post it a little bit earlier as well, because I want to try and at least get some fucking sleep. So, what are we going to go for here? Look, I'll pin what I pin. I'm just going to make one. Well, I'm not making one on the fly. I'm just looking at what we can do. What will be pinned is what we will be going for, what I'll be going for anyway. Let me know in the comments while I'm having a quick look. Best bets, all that shite. Footy as well. I haven't even had a look at the footy. I got some alright wins on it yesterday as well. I'm gonna wait till after the international break, and then we will start doing football videos. That is a promise. I'm gonna go with Andrei Rublev, 1.8 on the decimal. That's sweet. That's sweet. We're basically already there to plus money as well. We're already there. We just need a little top up. So, providing we take Rublev to beat Dimitrov, we could take Rublev or the over 3.5 sets. Taylor Fritz probably beats Casper Ruud, although there's money coming in on Casper Ruud because prices dropped ever so slightly. And I am pretty much all the way there on Zverev as well, you know. I really am. Pretty much all the way there on Zverev. Who do I feel more comfortable taking? Taylor Fritz to beat Ruud, Zverev to beat Nakashima. It should be Zverev. I really think Fritz gets this one done. I'm not too sure. Look, Andrei Rublev and or / the over 3.5, it's completely up to you. I'll post it anyway. Say if we take Taylor Fritz and Zverev, what you get for that? It's 2-1. That's a 2-1 parlay. Since we've just got 2 winners now, haven't we? If we can go for a third, nice little 2-1 will do us all right, won't it? We'll be all right with that. Or, you know, you go all 4. If you take Popyrin there, you're getting what? 4.5-1, 5.67 on the decimal. There's money to be made today. It's just, you know, if you can get on the right side of any of these, you're laughing all the way to the bank. I think I'm going to be going with Andrei Rublev. And look, Rublev or Fritz is plus money, 2.5, something like that. Yeah, 2.5. Rublev, Zverev, 2.25. You're getting plus money for both of them, just on the double. I'll stick I'll put some floaters down there as well, but I think the official is going to be... It's going to be Rublev and Zverev, I think. Yeah. I'm going to go Rublev and Fritz and Zverev. Yeah, fuck it. Treble. 3.15. 3 of the best. I don't think we can go wrong with that. Let me know what you think. Get involved. Share with the group. Don't be shy. Right. If you're still watching, I apologise for the late upload, but still got a few hours. I mean, a few hours. Only the 4 tonight. Don't worry about it. Alright then. Hey, we're nearly at 300 subscribers as well, people. So if you're not subscribed and you're still watching, do yourself a favour. Do me the favour. You know, be cool if you did. Right then. Sound. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Hopefully we smash the fuck out of these Manx today, boys. Wish us the best of luck. Best of luck to you as well. Appreciate you spending the time as always. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Go get some cash. But I hope we get a win today. We can get it to 4-3. I'll be more than happy with that. More than happy with it. Fingers crossed. Stay positive. Stay beautiful. Enjoy the tennis. Let's go get it. See you tomorrow.